My name's Gator McCluskey. You know why I'm here, don't you? I said you know why I'm here, don't you?
He hits the screen like a bolt of white lightning.
Get ready, because White Lightning 2024 is about to electrify your screens. The trailer just dropped, and it's packed with heart-pounding action, intense drama, and shocking moments that will leave you speechless. There's a lot to unpack here, so let's dive in. Alright, let's start by setting the stage. From the very few seconds, White Lightning drops us into a dark, stormy landscape, with lightning crackling in the background, just enough to give us chills. Instantly, we know something big is about to happen. Who's the main character? We see a rugged, determined man. He's standing there, looking like he's about to take on the world. But what's driving him? That's the first question we get from the trailer, and it keeps us hooked. So let's dig deeper. Right away, the trailer shows us a major emotional hook. The protagonist's younger brother has been murdered. But not just murdered, brutally killed in what looks like a cold, calculated crime. The visuals flash quickly, but the impact is clear. This isn't just any revenge story. It's personal, deeply personal. Can you imagine how that feels? To lose someone you care about so violently. It's clear that the protagonist is on a mission, and not just any mission. He's out for vengeance. But here's the kicker, as the trailer shows, it's not going to be easy. The stakes are very high. Now let's talk about the main conflict. The protagonist, who we know is a tough, resilient guy, is working with federal authorities. But why? We find out that the feds are after a corrupt sheriff. Someone who's deeply involved in illegal activities, including moonshining. The sheriff, played by a menacing figure, seems to run the whole county like his own personal kingdom. The feds don't really care about the murder. What they're after is his illegal earnings, and this is where our protagonist comes in. He strikes a deal, help the feds get out of prison, and in return, he gets closer to the man he suspects is responsible for his brother's death. So what's the real story here? Sure, on the surface, it looks like an action-packed tale about corruption and justice. But if you pay attention to the trailer, it's much deeper. The protagonist isn't just working with the feds out of loyalty. He's using them as much as they're using him. His real goal? To get close to the sheriff and find out what really happened to his brother. That's where the tension builds. Will he succeed in his undercover mission, or will his thirst for revenge blow everything up? As the trailer ramps up, we start to see some incredible action scenes. Car crashes, explosions, and close-call gunfights. White Lightning doesn't just hold back when it comes to giving us adrenaline-pumping moments. There's one part where we see our hero in a high-speed pursuit, his car weaving through back roads, dodging bullets. Can you imagine the intensity? But it's not just action for the sake of action. These sequences are used to highlight just how dangerous the protagonist's world is. Every moment is life or death. Now about the villain. From the trailer, it's clear that the corrupt Sheriff Connors, is not just a run-of-the-mill bad guy. He's ruthless, calculating, and he's been running in his county with an iron grip for a long time. Every time Connors is on screen, you can feel the tension rise. There is something sinister about the way he operates. He's not loud, but his presence is menacing. Did you notice the look in his eyes? It's like he knows more than he's letting on. Connors isn't just some backwoods sheriff. He's a man with power, and he's used to getting what he wants. But here's what's really interesting. The trailer doesn't show us much of his dialogue. We only get quick glimpses of him. This creates a mystery around him, making us wonder, what is his next move? What is he hiding? And how far will he go to protect his empire? By not revealing too much about Connors, the trailer leaves us wanting more, and it makes him even scarier, right? The way the trailer builds suspense is genius. At first, everything feels slow and ominous. There is this low rumbling sound in the background, and the camera moves deliberately. You're on the edge, and then bam, the action hits, and it's fast, intense, and relentless. The pacing is perfect. One minute, you're watching our hero carefully navigate the swampy backroads. The next, you're in the middle of a heart-pounding chase. How cool is that? And then there's the music. Did you catch how the music changed as the stakes got higher? It starts off almost haunting, building this sense of dread, and then as the trailer progresses, it picks up, getting faster, louder, more intense. The music is working with the visuals to drive the tension higher and higher. By the time you hit the middle of the trailer, you're practically on the edge of your seat, waiting to see what happens next. And that's what makes a great trailer, right? Let's talk about the protagonist's journey. The trailer gives us hints that he's going through a huge transformation. At the start, he's in prison, beaten down by life. but once his brother is killed, he's given a second chance. But here's the twist, it's not about redemption, it's about revenge. We see him making shady deals, driving fast cars, fighting off enemies, all while trying to stay undercover. What do you think? Can he keep it together long enough to get the job done, or will his emotions get the better of him? One of the most intense moments in the trailer comes towards the end, where we see the protagonist face to face with Connors. You can feel the tension, it's like they both know that only one of them is walking away from this. The camera lingers on their expressions, and in that moment, you're thinking, what's going to happen? Is this the final showdown, or are we just getting started? It's these moments that make the trailer so gripping. It gives you just enough to feel the danger, but leaves you with so many questions. Now let's break down the visuals. The cinematography in the trailer is dark, gritty, and perfect for the story it's telling. We get wide shots of swampy back roads, dingy small towns, and dense forests. The kind of places where danger feels like it's lurking around every corner. The color palette is mostly muted, lots of grays, greens, and browns, which gives the whole thing a very serious, almost claustrophobic vibe. Did you notice how even the weather plays a part? The constant rain and storms mirror the intensity of the protagonist's emotions, the chaos of his world. It's like the whole environment is working against him. The title of the film, White Lightning, is also worth a mention. On one hand, it's a nod to the illegal moonshining that's part of the plot. But on another level, it feels symbolic of the protagonist himself. Fast, unpredictable, and dangerous. The lightning strikes we see in the trailer aren't just for show. They represent the chaos and power building up inside our hero as he inches closer to the truth. Isn't that clever? It's a title that works on multiple levels, and it ties directly into the tone and themes of the film. But what about the other characters? We get glimpses of a few key players like Dude Watson, who seems to be helping our protagonist, though whether he's trustworthy or not is a big question. And then there is Roy Boone, a moonshiner who plays a role in the protagonist's journey. These secondary characters aren't given much screen time in the trailer, but their presence is important. Why? Because they're part of the world that our protagonist is navigating, one filled with people who are either helping him or setting him up for failure. One of the best things about this trailer is how it balances action with story. Yes, there are a lot of car chases, fights, and explosions, but there is also a deep emotional story driving everything. It's not just mindless action, it's about a man trying to avenge his brother's death while also being pulled into a web of corruption and lies. The trailer gives us just enough of that emotional weight to keep us invested while still delivering the excitement that action fans crave. What do you think? Will the protagonist get his revenge, or is Connors too powerful to bring down? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more deep dives into the latest movie trailers. See you next time.